The Special Events Arena in Honolulu is filled to the rim as the Rainbows reach for the pot of gold against the Jayhawks. The number 3 ranked Kansas Jayhawks have advanced to the title game of the Rainbow Classic, and they've done it against the hometown team, the Hawaii Rainbows. Hawaii advanced with a victory over Nebraska. Kansas with a win over Vanderbilt, setting up the title match. This joint is jumping. Hi again with Larry Connolly. I'm Dwayne Stats. It's great to have you with us for this title matchup. Larry, Hawaii's looking for some national recognition and a move into the rankings. Well, here's the opportunity.
Yeah, Dwayne, right now, if they play well tonight and they beat a good Kansas team, they're asking for entrance into the elite of college basketball. They're saying, we belong. But for them to do that, they've got to beat a Kansas team that's had 3 guys step up big. Take a look at the play of these 3 right here. It's been the all-around inside-outside game of Paul Pierce. It's been the long-range shooting of Billy Thomas. And it's been Lester Earl, the recent acquisition, the LSU transfer, who has been outstanding. And they've needed it to fill that void left by Rafe LaFrentz. Career nights by Billy Thomas and also Paul Pierce have put them in this championship game.
It's the Rainbows and the Jayhawks squaring off. It will be the athleticism of Anthony Carter and the power of Paul Pierce coming up next.
Ho, ho, ho. Nissan's Crazy Kalikimaka. This Christmas, buy any new Nissan and get an internet-ready compact 4508 PC, including monitor. Or you can choose up to $2,000 in customer cash instead. Put a compact PC in your home and a brand new Nissan in your garage. See any Hawaii Nissan retailer, but hey, better not wait, because on December 31st, Nissan's Crazy Kalikimaka offer going to disappear.
Need a new car? Come to the First Hawaiian Bank Auto Show, where you can see all the new 1998 cars, trucks, and recreational vehicles. Have fun and enter to win great prizes, including a Suzuki Esteem GL station wagon or a Nissan Frontier XE 4x2. The First Hawaiian Bank Auto Show, January 9th through the 11th at the Blaisdell Center.
Research shows that drug dealers are like all other lower forms of life. When you shine a light on them, they run. Turn your lights on. Get the bugs off your block.
Out of the blue, Upjohn invites me to help him test the new Rogaine. Okay. I hated this spot. I said yes. This new Rogaine Extra Strength for Men is more concentrated. It gets more to the root to grow more hair. 2 months in, it's working. My wife's saying something's happening, but maybe I'm just lucky. What about the other guys? Listen to this. 45% more hair than with original Rogaine. 45% more hair with the new Rogaine. It's the, ultimate spot remover.
Over 10,000 fans in Honolulu will attest that Dorothy is not in Kansas anymore. The starting lineups brought to you by Rogaine for Kansas. Pearson, Earl, Chenoweth, Thomas, and Ryan Robertson. Robertson made some key plays in their second-round victory. He is coordinating this team effort for the Kansas Jayhawks. And for the Hawaii Ball Club, Robinson, Ambrosic, Smith, and Carter. Micah Kroger had a big night against Nebraska, 15 points, including some key threes. Riley Wallace, the head coach here, 164 wins, 11th year heading the Hawaii program. 3 NIT bids, 1 in the NCAA. And here's Roy Williams, now 263 wins, 10th year at Kansas.
Some shirt Roy's got on. He looks happy tonight.
the good luck charms here in Hawaii. The fans have broken out some of the local vegetation.
This is the third year in a row you and I have come out here. I don't think I've ever seen this crowd as excited as they are tonight.
Hawaii in at 9-1, and a battle for the opening tip goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Hawaii. And it was Micah Kroger battling for possession of that basketball.
They are jammed in here tonight.
Anthony Carter and Alika Smith out front. Inside, Ambrosic.
Kansas in it man-to-man.
First shot of the game will not fall for Ambrosic, and Chenoweth, the 7-foot freshman, with the rebound for Kansas.
Jayhawks pushing it quickly. Hawaii's going to open up. Looks like a straight-up man-to-man.
And a whistle away from the basketball coming against Hawaii. It's going to be charged to Mike Robinson, and that is a problem that he has had off and on this year. He's averaging right around 21 minutes a game because of foul trouble most of the year. He's a good rebounder. This is Pierce coming off a big game. He spins inside. Now beats Earl underneath and misses the shot, and it's Robinson with the rebound. Anthony Carter. Kroger out of the corner for three. Comes up short. Earl with the rebound.
A lot of adrenaline flowing out there for both of these clubs right now. Kansas on a mission, trying to show something that they've been trying to do ever since LaFrentz went down, that they can win a tournament without him.
Robertson on the right side. Chenoweth down low. His shot rolls off. Earl back up, missed it. Chenoweth controlling the boards. Ball brought down, and it's loose inside the paint, and a big pile up. We have a held ball, and Kansas will get possession.
Dwayne, I don't want to say it was a sign, but when you and I drove over here this afternoon, we looked up over this special events arena here in Honolulu, and there was a gigantic rainbow right over this thing. And you and I both looked at each other and said, what's going on here?
We're not in Kansas anymore. Robertson swings the ball to Thomas. He's really stepped up.
So has Pierce.
Pierce against Kroger low. Feed inside to Earl. He will not get it to drop, and Alika Smith comes away with a rebound. Carter front court for the Rainbows. Kroger working against Pierce. Here's Carter. Ambrosic now back to Carter. This is for three. Not going to go. Still no score in this game. Chenoweth off to Robertson.
Earl trying to step position down inside.
Knocked away by Robinson, and Earl could not save it. Out of bounds he goes, and the ball belongs to Hawaii. A lot of action back and forth. Nothing on the scoreboard.
I think both clubs showing the effects of perhaps 3 games in 3 days and maybe a little adrenaline flow here.
Kroger down to Alika Smith. Drives inside and jumps it over Chenoweth. No good. The ball loose and headed out of bounds. Robertson chased it, trying to save it. Hawaii will own the basketball. Jayhawks in, having won 8 straight, 16-1. Rainbows 9-1. Best start since the 89-90 season when they got off to an 11-1 start. Here's Robinson. Not going to go. Earl in there. Powers with a rebound.
Hawaii cannot find the basket, but neither can Kansas.
Robertson. He swing it to Thomas. Here's a three. He misses. Kroger with the rebound. Carter back the other way. Across the court, Alika Smith.
He's got Billy Thomas on him. Thomas is a great defender. We've talked about his offensive game and what he's been able to do in this Rainbow Classic. Watch this defense, the steal.
Thomas reaching in for the steal, pops it for 2. It will not go. Robertson trying to shovel it off to Thomas, intercepted by Carter. Anthony Carter with a jumper. A little long. And a rebound Earl, but he walked with the ball. Lester Earl grabbed the rebound, but traveled. The 16:42 mark, and these teams still trying to score.
Both clubs pitching a shutout so far.
Alika Smith Inbounding. Ambrosic, and now Alika Smith back out front. He backs it out. Carter finds Kroger. 2.
That's one thing that AC has done all tournament, and in fact, all this season. Get those good passes inside. Great look. Good delivery.
Thomas with a lob, and Chenoweth didn't see it. Long pass to Kroger from Carter. Pierce pinned it against the backboard, knocked it away. Robinson rebounding, back to Carter. Back out, Alika Smith has a look. Got it.
You get to guard him. If you gamble and miss, he's going to burn you.
Hawaii with the first 2 buckets of the game. Thomas looking for room. Now Pierce. Robertson inside, got a look, count it, and we have a whistle. So Ryan Robertson steps in to score the first bucket for Kansas.
Anthony Carter has been terrific in this tournament. But watch this pass right here. Down inside. Kroger just turns and looks, and there it is. It almost like a quarterback and a receiver. He makes the turn right on the spot, catches it. This time he laid it in. Anthony Carter having a great tournament.
Charged with the foul, sending Robertson to the line. He's a 68% free throw shooter this year. And makes it a 4-3 ball game. 15:45 left in the first half. Some great action early in the championship game from the Rainbow Classic.
Collect presents Max Jerome Private Eye.
Sure, you just gotta call Mom.
Dial 1-800-COLLECT. It's easy and it's 10 cents a minute.
10 cents? Give me that phone.
1-800-COLLECT. 10 cents a minute every evening, all week long.
Wow, you really got your hands full. How do you make it look so easy? At a glance, organizers, calendars, and planners. Your life, your way. At a glance. Ooh, dinner.
I have a lot of fun playing characters that are impulsive and dramatic, because the real me is pretty basic. I'm even a little practical. Like a while back, I noticed I had some flakes. So naturally, I started using Head & Shoulders. Of course, it helps keep the flakes away. And if it leaves my hair looking like this, why mess with a good thing?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems
into beautiful hair.
Hawaii leading 4-3, 15:45 left in the first half. Final game from the Rainbow Classic. Other action in the consolation bracket. Brigham Young had a big day from Danny Bauer. 7 threes to knock off Ohio State. New Mexico State a winner in overtime against Virginia. And Vanderbilt, a big game from Drew Maddox, winning over Nebraska in the 3rd place game.
That's a great game last night that Kansas and Vanderbilt played. Kansas got up on Vandy 20 points, and with a little over 2 minutes to play, Vandy had fought back, and then Kansas showed their maturity and their strength. Came back and won that game late.
Won at 89-82. Ambrosic looking for room. The ball slapped away by Thomas, who got a hand in there. Robertson back for the Jayhawks.
Gotta like the way Kansas plays defense. Everybody's helping everybody else. One guy gets beat, somebody in a blue jersey comes to help.
Nothing comes easy against the Kansas defense. Here's now Robertson, Thomas. Robertson, he'll pop it over Carter, front of the rim and out, but Lester Earl grabs the rebound. Chenoweth low over Ambrosic, and it's going to go. Chenoweth in the 2 games here has scored a total of 6, 2 against Ohio State and 4 against Vanderbilt. Just a freshman at 7 foot.
Well, he's out of the frying pan into the fire now with Ray Prince, who's going to be out somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks. They're going to depend on him a lot for that inside game. He and Earl both.
Backdoor Smith tries to drop it off for Robinson. Broken up and out of bounds, belonging to Hawaii. Here comes Nick Bradford into the game for the Jayhawks, replacing Lester Earl. Alika Smith to inbound. Kansas by 1. Hawaii with a basketball. Ambrosic up over Pierce, in and out. Chenoweth rebounding. Robertson cuts to the right side. Bradford trying to go low to Pierce. Broken up by Robinson. Reaching across, getting a hand in.
Wayne, we've had a chance to watch Paul Pierce play 2 games out here, and the one thing you get more and more impressed with him every time you see him play is his ability to score inside and outside. He's a great outside shooter, but has great strength inside. I think that's why a lot of people at the next level really like him.
Robertson looking for Pierce. Robinson against him. Thomas, they'll try the other side low. Chenoweth against Ambrosic. Rolls off, not going to go. Thomas with a grab underneath, and a whistle and a foul.
In the first 6 minutes, in the first 6 minutes of this game, I was going to say that it looks like Kansas is back on that backboard again. Hawaii, a club that's been rebounding very well in this tournament. Early going here, it looks like Kansas is a club that wants to go to war on the glass.
Kroger charged with the foul. He has 1. A give underneath, and this is Pierce. Paul Pierce with his first bucket. 7-4 Kansas. Hawaii broke out to a 4-0 lead, and now Kansas has answered it with a 7-point run.
Billy Thomas doing a good job on Alika Smith, forcing him out away from the basket.
Carter gathers it in, but misses underneath. Ambrosic jumping in. Eric Ambrosic, the 6'8" senior. That's his first bucket.
Had a good game in the opening game against BYU when he had 20 points and 10 rebounds. Didn't play as much in the second game.
Thomas. Pierce baseline. Mike Robinson with him. Work the perimeter, right side Bradford. Rolls off. Robinson lost the rebound to Pierce, and it's going to belong to Kansas. Robinson had it knocked away, tried to grab it, lost it again.
I think Michael Robinson felt like he had that rebound in his hip pocket. Didn't realize that Paul Pierce was lurking in the background. Came around and threw it off of his hip, and Kansas will get it back. Good hustle by Pierce.
Throw back in. Chenoweth out of the game. Here comes Aaron Galloway. He'll replace Robinson. Galloway, a 6'8" junior out of Marietta, Georgia.
Dwayne, I've noticed that both of these coaches like to play a lot of players. When you're playing 3 games back to back to back, you need that.
Pierce, a little long. Galloway with a rebound, stripped, however, by Thomas. Pierce working his way to the bucket. Count it.
That's what I'm talking about. He'll show you the power game when he needs it. If you go back and you drop inside and not allow him to drive, he'll step back and take that 3 on you.
Carter against Robertson out front in a 3-point game. Kroger with a give to Carter. A misconnection there. Earl into the front court. Pierce. Thomas swinging at Robertson. Looking low for Earl. Now he takes it in. Shuffles it off to Pierce. The shot will not go, and it's Earl along the baseline. Ball loose. Bradford comes up with it. Now Robertson, and there's a travel. Carter got a hand in trying to break it up. Robertson grabbed the ball, but he traveled.
Shows you the quickness of both of these clubs, particularly in that backcourt. Everybody got a hand on the basketball. Robertson ends up traveling. Roy Williams a little frustrated with the start of his club tonight.
12:19 to play in the first half. Kansas by 3. Jayhawks and Rainbows have 2 previous meetings in Rainbow Classics in '86 and '92. Kansas won them both. Carter to the bucket, and there's the tip back by Ambrosic. A 1-point game again.
Ambrosic starting off like he did against BYU the other night.
Thomas. It's Smith up. He'll take the shot from inside 15. Rolls off. Galloway with a rebound. Here comes Carter. Alika Smith has a look. A little long. Ambrosic is there, and he is fouled. Robertson went up with him. Ambrosic got some good position underneath.
I want to tell you, Riley Wallace is smelling ambrosia from Ambrosic right now. This guy is all over that glass.
And a pretty good free throw shooter. 78% coming into tonight's game.
Pretty good average for Ambrosic, who's averaging 11 a game.
Yes, 5 in this one. Now Thomas departs. Kenny Gregory into the game for Kansas.
I described Ambrosius the other night as one of those guys that likes to get grease under his fingernails. He likes the dirty work. You know, he goes in, he battles, does everything you want of a guy.
He puts Hawaii out in front by 1, 10-9 with a successful trip to the line. Timeout, 11:43 to play in the half.
Ah, the good old days of supermarket shopping, when nothing stood between you and your next meal. Nothing. But today, there are materials that help lock out harmful contaminants and reduce spoilage, keeping us safe and the food we eat fresh. Plastics make it possible. So now, the rest is history.
They look the same on the outside, but inside, it's a whole different story. Because Duracell batteries outlast Energizer. And test after test proves it. Better make it the alkaline batteries proven to last longer in the devices you use most.
Better make it Duracell.
Hawaii leading by 1, 10-9. Almost halfway through the first half. National Car Rental Bowl Week continues tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern, with the AXA Equitable Liberty Bowl. Pittsburgh against number 22, Southern Mississippi. And Panther offense averaging over 29 points a game this year, led by Pete Gonzalez and 29 touchdown passes. 3:30 as National Car Rental Bowl Week continues tomorrow.
How about the improvement for Hawaii? Look at the field goal percentage defense. Last 2 games, 35%, but the free throw percentage up dramatically. Rebound margin, almost 2 in the first 8 games. 13 in the 2 tournament games here at the Rainbow Classic.
And overall, they're a 75% shooting team from the free throw line. Kansas with the ball. Pierce out front. Jayhawks down by 1. Pierce, a jumper from about 17. Not going to go, and there's a whistle. Carter grabbing the rebound, and the whistle comes against Kansas. Charge it to Gregory. Kenny Gregory, the freshman out of Columbus, Ohio. That's his first.
Roberts has got the responsibility for slowing down Anthony Carter. Now Gregory's got Alika Smith. These 2 guards, I think maybe the best set of guards in the WAC this year.
Smith trying to spin on Gregory. Galloway gives him a little relief, and back to Alika Smith.
Smith, an excellent shooter, and Anthony Carter can deliver the basketball just about anywhere on the floor to anybody who's even near being open.
There's a 3, a little long. And a travel. Bradford came down with the ball. He pointed to the ball and said, nope, I gave it up. Didn't carry it. But a walk.
You know what he's arguing about? He said, look, I put the ball on the floor and I just left it there. I wasn't traveling with it. I didn't have possession. You know what? I think he's right. Look at Roy Williams. He's upset.
Meanwhile, Ambrosius off the inbound with another 2. He has 8 in the game. 8 of the 12 for Hawaii. Gregory against Smith. Bradford out front. Hawaii with a 3-point advantage. There's a walk. Bradford lost his balance. So the sophomore from Fayetteville, Arkansas, turns it over.
Boy, this is going to be a real test for Kansas tonight. When LaFrentz went down, they played a tough game against Vanderbilt last night, but tonight, with this crowd the way it is in here, this will be a true test for this Jayhawk basketball team.
There's Alika Smith, a 3, and he fills it. Alika Smith. 5 for Smith. 15-9.
Pierce trying to establish position. He's not going to get it in there. Galloway doing a nice job.
Robertson finds Pierce baseline, and a whistle.
Now, doing something Pierce did that time. He couldn't catch the ball down inside because Galloway wouldn't allow him to catch it down on the block. So what does he do? He goes to the baseline to receive the ball, catches it, and then draws the foul. If you can't catch it in one position down low, go to another one. Good move by Paul Pierce.
Galloway fouled him, his first foul. Pierce will go to the line. Pierce hitting 71% of his free throws this year. Big night against Vanderbilt. He had 34, 22 the night before against Ohio State on a slow start. Missed this one. Carter, and what a pass to Kroger, but Pierce is there to break it up. Now Bradford looks the other way, passes, and he'll get credit for the assist to Gregory.
Well, Gregory with a nice catch that time to lay it up.
A 2-point game, 15-13.
Kansas still in their man-to-man. A lot of pressure. Gregory's got Smith.
Ambrosic comes out working against Pierce. Alika Smith, and there's a foul called against Kenny Gregory. Gregory caught on a hold. He's not happy.
Gregory and Thomas, both excellent defenders, trying to go to Alika Smith. Smith has had a bad toe. In fact, he injured it a couple of weeks ago and has struggled a little bit with his shot in the last 7 games.
Ambrosic out. Mike Robinson back in for Hawaii. Robinson, nice pass low. Galloway, Alika Smith down to the baseline. Kroger, he has a look. Missed the shot. Galloway inside Robinson. Now Kroger again to the baseline. Robinson couldn't find it. Loose ball picked up by Bradford. Bradford to Robertson. Chenoweth. Bradford looking for the 7-footer. No good. Robinson has the rebound stripped away. Robertson, he's going to pop. Misses the shot. Kept alive, and Kroger down with it. Ahead to Carter. Robertson back. Carter over to Alika Smith. Open. The shot a little long. Robinson rebounding. Out to Carter. Carter puts it up. Not going to go. But a whistle coming against Kansas.
When you watch this basketball game, you're going to see Anthony Carter involved in just about everything on the floor, whether it's on the offensive end, the defensive end, under the glass. This guy is always around the ball.
Robertson charged with his second foul. McGrath enters the game to give him a little breather.
Boy, I haven't seen many guards this year that I thought had the acceleration that Anthony Carter has. And he has acceleration and is still able to keep under control the basketball and keep it in his hands.
Casey Cartwright in the game, replacing Alika Smith. Robinson has it knocked away, and here's another whistle against Kansas. This one against Nick Bradford. His first. Hawaii will enjoy the bonus. The next foul will put Kansas over the limit. Carter.
Robinson. Couldn't elude McGrath out there. McGrath doing nice defensive work.
Cartwright.
McGrath played
through Robinson's hands.
McGrath played 12 minutes last night. Didn't even take a shot. All he came in was to handle the basketball and play defense.
And played very well. He's in there. Robertson out with 2 fouls. 8:03 left in the first half. Thomas. And Cartwright stays right there with him. Chenoweth rejected. Wow. They called Galloway the helicopter, and did he ever get up on that one?
If he goes in any higher, he goes into orbit. Oh, did he get up?
Aaron Galloway on the block shot. It's a 2-point game with a timeout on the floor. 15-13, and check this one.
Throughout every Aloha Airlines 737 jet, you'll find luxuriously soft, comfortable leather seats. Too bad the average flight only lasts about 30 minutes. For years, Aloha Airlines has been recognized for our on-time record. So much for the theory that it's fashionable to be late.
National Car Rental Bull Week continues as Big East passing leader Pete Gonzalez in Pittsburgh air it out against high-flying Southern Miss. The AXA Equitable Liberty Bowl, Southern Miss Pittsburgh, tomorrow at 3:30 on ESPN.
Tune into SportsCenter for the best sports moments of '97. Which ones deserve a fan's choice ESPY? Watch SportsCenter or log on to ESPNZone and make your picks for the ESPYs.
Hawaii hanging under this 2-point lead. Get your tape measure out. What a rejection.
Aaron Galloway has got a 43-inch vertical lift. Look at this. You think he's not hopping up in the air? Chenoweth had let that ball go, and it was a good 6 feet out of his hands, and Galloway threw it into about the second row. Aloha to you, and aloha to that jump. Whoa! Big hops.
Kansas will have the basketball. Bradford will inbound. Some great athleticism from Carter and Galloway on this Hawaii team. Bradford. Low for Earl. It's knocked away by Robinson. Picked up. Here's Earl and another rejection. Galloway battling along the baseline. Carter had a hand in there. Boy, that's some physical activity with Galloway battling Bradford.
Now Galloway was right back in there again. He's in the action. 0-0. Watch him again. Earl goes up. Forget it. He's not going to let anything go. Oh, there's a good one. Big dunk.
Earl ties the game on the dunk at 15. That's his first 2. Cartwright and Carter out front. Anthony Carter handling the basketball. Over Robinson.
Good block that time from behind.
Galloway completing the 5 for Hawaii, and here comes Ambrosic back into the game, replacing Mike Robinson. Cartwright to inbound.
McGrath doing a nice job on Carter. Not overplaying, just playing straight up. Got the body down, knees flexed, hands ready.
There's 5 on the shot clock. Carter puts it up, in and out. Ball down to Lester Earl. McGrath handling the ball. Chenoweth looking for the ball, but he's denied that by Galloway. Thomas out front.
Thomas finding it difficult to get those three-point field goals going.
He's not going to get a look, but now he has one from 15 and puts it up and in.
Hawaii doing a nice job of shutting down the outside game of Billy Thomas, who's shooting 43% from out there.
Thomas just now in the scorebook with that bucket. He's had a good tournament. Kroger with another look, and this time he fills in a 3. Micah Kroger hitting 53% from 3-point range. Nails that. He has 5.
And another assist by Carter.
Chenoweth's 15-footer won't go. Cartwright down with the ball. Here comes Carter back.
Wayne, last night against Nebraska, Hawaii had 29 baskets and 21 assists that led to those 29 baskets. This club is a good passing team.
Carter had 9 of them. Cartwright. Now Carter with the 5:45 mark. Hawaii up by 1. Ambrosic backing in, turns around, falls away with a jumper.
Nice job by Chenoweth that time. Got a hand up in his face at 7 feet, made it very difficult for him to get a good look.
McGrath off to Thomas. Count that one. That's a 3.
Wait, I think
Thomas has 5.
He hit the glass on that one. Good shot. Now, if he can get on track, Kansas is going to be in good shape.
Kansas up by a couple. Carter down the lane will not get it to drop, and Chenoweth with a rebound. Kroger takes it away from McGrath. Carter tries to put it up and draws the foul. He'll be going to the line.
What a smart play that was by Carter. What's the other end down there? As Billy Thomas catches the ball right in front of the Hawaii bench. He just releases, lets it go, feels it, glass. Thank you. Well, this guy is some kind of shooter from beyond that three-point stripe.
Carter goes to the line. Looking at two. The foul on Bradford, his second.
You see the way Carter protected that ball that time. He knew he was going to get fouled, laid it out there, tried to get the basket and still draw the foul.
Robertson, Pierce, and Gregory return. Carter, first night 11 against BYU, 21 against Nebraska.
Pretty good night. 16, 7, 7.5, and 3. He'd like to have two guys have those numbers.
Alika Smith back in this game for Hawaii. Carter ties it. Even at 20. 5 minutes to play in the half. And a slap by Carter. Smith comes down with the ball and calls for a timeout. A 22nd timeout. Alika Smith tried to get the ball to Carter to start the fast break, could not get it, and called for the time.
Yeah, but the guy that deflected the pass was Anthony Carter. He got just enough fingertip control on it to slap it up in the air. Alika Smith came up with it. Watch this backcourt combination. We've talked about their offensive ability. These guys have got great hands. Look at Carter break up the pass to Thomas. Now Alika Smith is on the floor knowing he's in trouble. Tries to get it to Carter, can't. He says, I got to call T.O. And he got it. Smart play.
20-20, 4:55 to play, first half. Kansas in with a lone loss to Maryland. These teams struggled to score the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game and still not shooting all that well. Kansas just 33%, Hawaii at 28%.
Great rebounding though by Kansas, 22-14.
And 11 points off turnovers for Hawaii, a big part of the Rainbow game. Carter, this is a three, comes up short, and Brozic puts it up and draws the foul, hoping that it would drop through. The foul against the big man, Eric Chenoweth.
You know, Dwayne, on the offensive end for the Rainbows, Ambrosius is getting everything that Anthony Carter is missing. Carter really struggling from the field. He can't seem to find the basket, but it seems like Ambrosius is always there to grab it, and either stick it back in or draw the foul.
And Ambrosius puts it up and in. Lester Earl now in to replace Chenoweth.
There are two stats that we don't keep in basketball that I think are really important. One is deflections, and the other one is picking up loose balls. Ambrosius is both good. Both are doing both of those very well.
Ambrosius in double figures, 10 of the 22 for Hawaii. Robertson, Earl. Kroger's done a nice job on Thomas. There's a fourth shot. Gregory missed the shot, and a whistle against Kansas. Foul on Earl. Will go to the other end of the court.
He actually got tangled up down underneath the basket with Aaron Galloway down on the baseline.
Galloway will go to the line with the bonus in effect to the benefit of Hawaii.
Tell you one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to foul this Rainbow club. They have been death in the 2 games they've played in this Classic. They have made 50 out of 59 coming into this game.
Galloway misses this one. He's been hitting better than 70%. Robertson to Pierce, a 2-point game. Hawaii leading. Robertson down in the corner.
Nice pass.
Returns it to Robertson. It will not go. Gregory keeps it alive, and Kroger comes down with the ball. Micah Kroger now to Anthony Carter. 4 minutes left to play in the half. Carter had been bothered by a bad shoulder, but he took the brace off of that shoulder in the last outing. Oh, what a pass as he finds Kroger, and he can do that all night long.
He has got such great hands. That ball just zips in there.
A 4-point Hawaii lead. Pierce low against Galloway. And it's broken up by Ambrosic on a pass intended for Pierce. Hawaii playing some outstanding defense, utilizing the quickness. Earl now reaching in, knocks it away from Ambrosic. Carter. Robertson there, Ambrosic now. Baseline rolls off.
Good job by Pierce on the block out on Galloway.
Robertson to Pierce. Inside Earl. And Earl is fouled on the floor. It'll be the 15th foul coming against Hawaii. Hawaii already in the bonus. Foul against Ambrosic. That's his first. A 4-point ball game. The Rainbows leading the Jayhawks 24-20 with 2:57 left to play in this first half. Some great play, including this assist from Carter to Kroger.
Let me make this simple. With the AT&T One Rate plan, calls from home are one low rate to anybody in America 100% of the time. So of the 24 hours, there is no hour when this rate does not apply. It's the day rate, the night rate, weekdays, weeknight. Let me put it to you this way. The time when this rate is not valid does not exist. Is that clear?
Yes.
You see, when I apply myself?
No games. The AT&T One Rate plan.
So Nicoderm CQ's working for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing just fine, cold turkey.
Oh, well, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
Take a break?
Oh, nice one. Come on, you know we quit for New Year's. Oh, wait, I'm coming.
Jack, no.
Just one cigarette.
No.
Why are you so calm?
Because I got help. CQ, the 24-hour stream of medicine that's always with you, even when you first wake up. Helps calm the cravings, my friend.
All right.
Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to help you quit.
Do you need a Visa credit card? If you can say yes to these minimum requirements, we'll say yes to you. This is a special opportunity to get an unsecured Visa credit card with no security deposit required, even if you've been turned down before and regardless of your past credit history. Almost everyone will be approved for this Visa credit card, so call now. Repeat, if you can say yes to these minimum requirements, we'll say yes to you. Say yes to this limited no-risk offer for an unsecured Visa credit card from Cross Country Bank. Call this toll-free number now.
Hawaii leading number 3 ranked Kansas by 4 in the title game of the Rainbow Classic in Honolulu. Friday coming up, hoops on ESPN. Purdue number 5 against Minnesota from Minneapolis. The Boilermakers upset earlier today by Michigan State 74-57. The Golden Gophers with the dangerous backcourt of Sam Jacobson and Eric Harris.
Good win for Tom Izzo up in East Lansing today. Good start for them in the Big Ten schedule.
The inbound to Earl inside the lane. Fights his way. Puts it up. Not going to go. Gregory keeps it alive. Knocked out of bounds by Alika Smith. Kansas hangs on.
Have you noticed the guys battling above the rim in this first half? There's about 8 guys out there just hanging around the iron.
Earl takes the inbound. Pierce swings it to Robertson.
Good screen by Pierce outside for Gregory. Hawaii in his zone. 1-2-2. Carter on the point.
Thomas works it into Pierce. Broken up by Kroger. Carter into the front court. 2 defenders back through Ambrosic, but picked up by Smith. Back to Carter, baseline, a quick move. Drops it off. Look at that give to Ambrosic, and Earl is there to block that attempted shot. Robertson underneath, and it's going to be Gregory to finish that one.
What a great pass and a terrific block inside.
Hawaii by 2. This has been a great first half from Honolulu.
Been low scoring, but some great athletic play on the part of both of these teams.
Nice pass from Kroger to Smith. Finish it, but right there to do the job is Aaron Galloway. His first bucket.
When I talk about guys playing above the rim, this guy plays above the shot clock.
The spin along the baseline. Boy, that's quite a move by Pierce working the baseline.
I'll tell you what, it's either a 3 or a dunk.
Hawaii by 2 with 1.5 minutes to play in the first half. Ambrosic comes out. Alika Smith. Carter. That ball went up and under the bucket, and we have an offensive foul coming against Carter.
Watch Alika Smith drop this ball down inside. Comes up. Look at Galloway. He catches it with the left hand, guides it with the right hand, and jams it down with both.
Second change points. Hawaii hanging tough. McGrath in, replacing Robertson for Kansas. Broken up by Ambrosic.
That zone defense again.
Kroger will not get it to drop. Ambrosic there to pick it. Kroger, here's a 3 attempt. Kroger on the floor. A shot no good, out of bounds, belonging to Hawaii, as Lester Earl could not gather it in.
Had it very easily, he just couldn't get his hands together on the ball. Hawaii with another chance.
Ambrosic back to Alika Smith out of the corner, nails it, that's a 3. 8 for Alika Smith, 29-24 Hawaii. Pierce down in the corner.
Hawaii's gotten a couple of turnovers out of this zone defense against Kansas.
Thomas for a 3. Not going to go. Pierce could not gather it. Neither could Bradford, who couldn't find a handle and lost it along the baseline. Hawaii will get the ball back. Hook into the game for Hawaii now. Don't go away. Coming up at halftime. Stay with us for ESPN News. Look at the Illinois-UCLA update. 30 seconds left to go. First half, Hawaii with the ball and a 5-point lead. Alika Smith. Ambrosic. Battle. McGrath comes up with the ball, but he steps on the sideline. Hawaii will retain possession. McGrath beat Galloway to the bucket. To the basketball, but he steps on the sideline.
So Hawaii, if they'll take care of the basketball, will have a chance for the last shot. Watch McGrath go down the sideline. Good call. Just his left toe catching.
Kroger goes the baseline. Back out front, Alika Smith with 3. Not going to go. Ambrosic keeps it alive, but it's picked up by Bradford. 6 seconds left. Pierce takes it inside. It will go. So Pierce with a bucket, give him 10, and there's the buzzer, ending the first half. Hawaii has built a 3-point lead over the number 3 ranked Kansas Jayhawks at the half, 29-26. ESPN News comes your way next.
So instead of winning this series, they now go to a pivotal Game 7. Rich?
If you're a person who's really into sports, you'll really be into new ESPN, the magazine.
Don't you want to give us some scores? Are we still on the air?
Issue after issue.
What is going on here? This is weird.
You'll be involved like no sports magazine ever involved you before.
Hello? Do we have a problem here?
ESPN, the magazine, is big. Bigger in size, bigger with news, pictures, player profiles, inside information, and amazing access to places you've never been before.
Hey, what's up?
And because we know that you know what happened last week, even last night, ESPN, the magazine, is mostly about what happens next. The matchups, the players and teams to watch, the ins, outs, and insights that are the real reason we really love sports. And the real reason ESPN people like Dan Patrick, Peter Gammons, Chris Mortensen, and many of the best sports writers in America will be talking sports in every issue. So call now for your charter subscription to ESPN, the magazine. You'll get a special deal, 26 issues, a whole year's worth, for just $1 an issue, saving you over 66% off the newsstand price. And you'll get this great freebie.
Palm balls!
ESPN Palm Ball, the official shoot-around ball of the ESPN studios. This rubber mini basketball is guaranteed to fit the palm of your hand, and it's free.
Can I get a witness for this?
Call now for your charter subscription to ESPN the magazine. At last, you have something to do when you're not watching ESPN.
Call 1-800-491-1441. 1-800-491-1441.
From the worldwide leader in sports, this is the ESPN News Network.
Mele Kalikimaka live from the ESPN Newsroom. I'm John Butchercross. Welcome to the ESPN News Network at halftime with the Kansas-Hawaii game and a good one, Brewer. And I know you're looking forward to the second half, and it'll be coming your way. But first, we update you on the rest of the world of sports, and we begin with college basketball. And the 9th-ranked UCLA Bruins off to a good start, 8-1, and home to Illinois Tuesday night, and receiving help. Jelani McCoy back in the lineup for the Bruins. Pictures against the Illini. There's McCoy, first half. Earl Watson, alley-oop to Toby Bailey. Can't convert, but good dish to Baron Davis for the lay-in. The Bruins up by as many as 19. Second half, Illini come back. Kevin Turner from the suburbs. Squish. The Illini down by just 4, 61-57. Tied at 63. Turner again. Got it. The Illini up by 3. The bench is pumped, but UCLA would take a 3-point lead and then go on to win. 74-69. Free throw shooting. The Illini 3 of 7. UCLA 22 of 32. Kevin Turner career high 32 points, 8 of 13 from 3-point range. More pictures. Santa Clara, Stanford, Tim Young, beautiful looking hook shot with the left. Stanford up 11-2. Santa Clara comes back. Brian Jones lays it in on the backdoor feed from Lloyd Pierce. Santa Clara by 3. Arthur Lake with the lay-in. Stanford up by 2 at the half, 34-32. And right now, Stanford up by 6 with 6:17 left. You see Stanford off to a 10-0 start. They're trying to go to 11-0 for the first time in 61 years. New Mexico was the winner, 69-44, 34th straight home win for New Mexico. That's the second longest streak in the nation. Of course, the longest, the team you're watching on ESPN, Kansas, the first time ever Yale and New Mexico played each other. Officially, it's not his 500th win. 2 of Jim Calhoun's wins at Northeastern were against teams from Canada, and the NCAA does not recognize those wins. So tonight, Calhoun officially looking for number win 498 against fellow Connecticut school Fairfield. First half, Richard Hamilton surfing the net. He scored UConn's first 9 points. UConn by 12, and then Hamilton again. Richard Hamilton's resume tape tips it up and in. 28 first half points on 11 of 13 shooting, career high 35 in the end. The Huskies beat the Stags for the 13th straight time. UConn's Big East season heats up now. They take on Notre Dame next. Duke is a winner, 89-39. Portland State, a Division II team, playing its first ranked opponent since reviving its program last year. Duke's first game without injured freshman Elton Brand, who of course is out for the year. Duke off to their best start since they went 15-1 in the 93-94 season. Let's go to Ohio. Good idea. Check out Kentucky and OU, and Nazir Muhammad rejecting Dustin Ford. Kentucky, Scott Padgett from Allen Edwards. Tubby looking for more offense. And it's Muhammad coming through with the jambalaya. More Muhammad on the alley-oop attempt. Muhammad with the offensive rebound and the lay-in. Kentucky. It's a tub thumper, shooting the night away. 95-58, the final score. The Cats rebound from their loss to Louisville on Saturday. McGlure and Muhammad, 15 points apiece, as you see there. Kentucky shot 61% from the floor. Maryland and Missouri, good one here. Maryland down by 1, 68-67. LaRon Profit shoots and scores and is fouled. Terrapins up by 1. Norm looking for the Tigers to respond. They go in the other way. Watch Tyrone Lee. Good work. Strength underneath, and Mizzou up by 1, 70-69 late in the game. Tigers by 3. Brian Grauer, Chumbawamba. Missouri's pumped. They win 83-79. Missouri had 5 players in double figures. They moved to 7-4 with the upset win. Meanwhile, Clemson beats Western Kentucky in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Greg Buckner went to high school nearby and scored all of his 15 points in the second half. We got a great one in Hawaii. Kansas down by 3 at the break to the Rainbows. More on the ESPN News Network coming up after a quick timeout.
Honey, you went out for milk 3 days ago. Come home now.
It's just more fun to drive. The all-new Accord from Honda.
The only thing more unpredictable in nature is people, and I deal with both. You never know. Someone could be calling for a $25 titanium ice screw or a $25,000 expedition to Mount Everest. So I can't afford to miss a call. If I do, well, that means money. That's why I value GTE. Even out here, I know my calls aren't being dropped. Oops! Dropped. It's a bad word.
Aquabells are the lightweight portable exercise equipment that goes with you anywhere. Aquabells made of lightweight, durable, and flexible plastic come with a strong center bar and rings that assemble into professional dumbbells. How? Simply fill the Aquabells with water, secure them on the center bar, and you're ready to begin your workout. It's that easy. Take them with you anywhere, on trips, in the office, or at home. Aquabells are easy to use and easy to store. Now keep your muscles toned anywhere the easy and convenient way with Aquabells. No time for your workout? Now Aquabells brings your workout to you. Remember, fill it up, pump it up with Aquabells. Order your Aquabells today. Only $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-888-275-2609 now. Aquabells make a great gift for students, businessmen, or anyone into fitness. Call 1-888-275-2609 for your Aquabells.
Welcome back. Look at this. Michigan State, a big winner. The win ends a 7-game losing skid against Purdue for Michigan State. Purdue only 1-3 when scoring fewer than 80 points. They lose at home. Arizona, a big winner, 125-87 over Kansas State. 26-0 all-time in the Fiesta Bowl Classic is Arizona as they win the championship game. 8 points shy of the school record, by the way, there. Xavier, a winner over Butler, 93-66. 6th straight win over Butler for Xavier. Xavier has now won 12 straight home games. The Buffalo Bills have scheduled a 3 p.m. press conference where, according to sources in Buffalo, 72-year-old coach Marv Levy is expected to announce his retirement. Last weekend, Levy met with Bill owner Ralph Wilson. At that meeting, Wilson discussed a complete overhaul of the offensive coaching staff. On Monday, Levy told his assistants he was not sure if he would return as coach. Again, ESPN has learned that Marv Levy will announce his retirement from coaching at a 3 o'clock press conference Wednesday afternoon. The ESPN News Network will carry that press conference live. More scores. It's the Alamo Bowl in college football as seen on ESPN. Purdue is a winner, 33-20. Purdue now 5-1 all-time in bowl games. Their first bowl, though, since 1980. And meanwhile, Pittsburgh and Syracuse postponed after a storm dumped more than 1.5 feet of snow in the area. The roof of the Carrier Dome was deflated Tuesday for the first time since 1993. Mele Kalikimaka, no snow in Hawaii. Chaminade in Virginia all over again. Rainbow and Jayhawks. More hoop coming at you after a short timeout on ESPN.
What type of person needs a Bank Ohana account? Well, a very busy, overstressed, and overworked, without the time to hassle with a bunch of different bank accounts that just don't have conveniences and benefits like Bank Ohana does. That type of person. That's who. Only one bank has a financial strategy to truly simplify your finances. Bank of Hawaii. Ever so carefully minding your money, building your wealth.
What drives you? Pride, glory, fear? Will you be a hero, or will you be forgotten? Do you have what it takes? The McTerry Burger. 2 big beefy patties smothered with tangy teriyaki sauce. And the sausage biscuit with egg. Each only 99 cents plus tax at McDonald's. Go, get one. And while you're at it, get a shake. Did somebody say McDonald's?
It's a 3-point game at the half. The Rainbows of Hawaii leading the Jayhawks of Kansas 29-26 with Larry Conley doing stats. A low-scoring first half, but very athletic first half.
Yeah, it really was. Anthony Carter, the young man, the guard for Hawaii, while he was 0 for 8 from the field, he delivered some great passes and really got the offense going for the Rainbows. Take a look at one of his passes here in the first half. It's about the only thing he was able to do was get the ball to the inside. But Paul Pierce was getting it done for Kansas. He had 10 first half points. He continues to play sterling basketball while Ray LaPrince is out.
Second half coming up from Honolulu. It's the championship game of the Rainbow Classic.
Listen, Charlie, there's no way that my client is going to go for something like this. And what is with this paragraph? Listen, Charlie, you're killing me here. You've been through this a million times, Charlie. Yeah.
The Civic sedan from Honda.
No.
What more do you need?
Charlie, I gotta go. Somebody's here. You know, racing for interstate means my battery has enough power to run my car, as well as some other race necessities, like this mini fridge, track lighting, my foot massager, a window unit, and for those long races, who could forget the espresso maker? Heck, I even had a big screen put in for my friends.
Interstate batteries, power fast, built to last.
Hey, Bobby, the burrito's done yet?
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Honda. Vehicles designed to help simplify your life.
Just a few moments from scenic Diamond Head on the campus of the University of Hawaii. A full house. And our halftime score, Hawaii leading Kansas 29-26.
There are your first half stats. Take a look at the numbers. Neither club really burned up the nets. Rebounding much in favor of Kansas. Second chance points, interestingly enough, in favor of Hawaii. Paul Pierce with 10 points on 5 of 8 shooting and 3 boards, continuing his fine play here in this tournament. I saw all those waves at Diamond Head. You take your board out today and get on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Hang 5. Second half underway. Hawaii leading by 3. Alika Smith, Carter out front. They start the same 5 as started the game. This one broken up. They have Kroger, Ambrosic, and Robinson. Pierce on the floor with Earl, Chenoweth, Thomas, and Robertson. for Kansas.
And once again, Robertson's got the responsibility for Carter out front.
Out to Carter. Alika Smith.
Now the switch.
Carter just the 2 points from the line in the first half. Now he turns and pops and nails this one. That's his first field goal. He has 4. 31-26.
And that might have been the most difficult shot he's taken all night.
He's 1 for 9 now from the floor. This one kicked out of bounds. They'll reset the clock.
Anthony Carter, really an interesting story. A young man out of Atlanta, Georgia. Actually dropped out of school after his sophomore year, then came back and got his degree. Came out here to play some basketball and really has turned his life around.
There's Thomas. Down to Chenoweth, and Kroger got a hand in there along with Robinson. Ball belongs to the Kansas Jayhawks on the breakup. Chenoweth trying to get it to the bucket.
Well, you know, the one stat that I found interesting as we see a foul down underneath is the fact that Lester Earl had 9 rebounds in the first half.
Pierce tried to take it to the board, and Kroger got him.
There's Lester Earl. Well, he had a terrific first half.
Just 2 points, but those 9 big rebounds. Pierce to the line. Pierce had 10 at the half. In and out. Pierce hitting 71%. Picking up the pace with Rafe LaFrance. Out with a broken right hand. Out 6 to 8 weeks, the preliminary indication. Pierce hits this one. 31-27. It's 11 for Pierce.
Hawaii's very quick with that ball coming through the net, either on made field goals or made free throws and getting up the floor. Kansas has gone to a zone defense now.
Robinson off to Carter, quickly to the baseline. Smith has a quick look and nails it for 3.
If you're going to run a zone defense, you better know where Alika Smith is on the floor at all times.
Smith in double figures.
Earl wants it inside.
Thomas out front, swinging it to Robertson. And Brozic up there, and Robertson got it up and in anyway.
You know what? I think both guys just kind of stood there. They didn't feel like he was going to take the shot, and he went straight up with it. Good move by Ryan Robertson.
Robertson with 5 in this game. It's a 5-point spread.
Kansas switches defenses now. They're back into man-to-man. Roy Williams pulling out all the stops tonight.
Kroger working against Pierce. Down to Carter. And Carter double dribble. Had possession dribble, came up with it, and dribbled again. Just forgot. Ball goes back to the Jayhawks. Ryan Robertson, the junior.
Rainbow's also in a man-to-man defense right now.
Carter follows him to the left side. Earl broken up out of bounds. Hawaii contesting everything much the way that Kansas defense will.
I like the way Ambrosius plays that post position down inside. He kind of looks like he's letting the ball come in, and all of a sudden he darts in front of the ball. He almost got that steal against Pierce.
Robertson in that corner. Carter guarding him closely in front of the Kansas bench. And a foul coming against Carter. That's going to be 3 on Carter.
He was trying to shut off the sideline there. In fact, he was kind of rooting him right into the Kansas bench. Ryan Robertson kept working his way up through there, and Carter pushed him, picked up the third one.
Earl waiting for Robertson to come out. And Brozic ties him up. And Brozic stepped in there and tied him right up, took the ball away. But it's a hell ball.
Watch again. You'll see Ambrosius down inside. Now see, there's Chenoweth. He gets off of him to go help. Robertson doesn't expect him to come off of Chenoweth. Gets the tie up, but Kansas gets it back on the alternate possession.
Thomas with the look. Alika Smith came away limping a little bit as he tried to catch up with Thomas, but he apparently has shaken that off. As you know, he's had the bad toe. 34-29. Hawaii leading. Carter. Smith out of the corner for 3. That's going to go. Pierce rebounding. Pierce spinning inside. He walked with the ball, but a whistle. And I think we're going to get a foul here. Robinson.
Yeah, you'll watch him see here. He'll reach in and grab him just as he makes that spin move right there. Got him across the arm. Tough to keep up with that guy one-on-one.
Robertson with a bounce pass on the inbound to Carter, and he is fouled. Chenoweth turned away from the pass. Carter picked it up and was fouled. The foul against Earl, his second. And timeout on the floor with 17:07 left.
That was really a strange play. Watch again, Robertson right there trying to bounce the ball in, and Earl wanted it over Carter's head, couldn't get it. The bounce pass, Carter picked it up, and Earl could do nothing but foul him.
ESPN football, the Outback Bowl comes up as the National Car Rental Bowl week continues. New Year's Day from Tampa at 11 Eastern. Georgia, number 11, 9-2 against the Badgers of Wisconsin. Finishing off at 8-4, so an SEC Big Ten battle, Georgia and Wisconsin.
Here we go, here we go!
Rainbow to land the basketball. Kroger doing the inbounding to Carter. Robinson, Smith, and Ambrosic, the five on the floor for the Rainbows.
Robertson's got Carter again.
Ambrosic, 15-footer, going to be short, down to Pierce. Pierce, Chenoweth, Robertson, Earl, and Thomas, the five for the Jayhawks. Baseline, Pierce back out front. Thomas to Robertson. Pierce, a fake, and now back out. Long range, Thomas, nothing. Pierce picks it up. Still won't go down. Kroger slaps it out front, but Robertson picks it up. Pierce off to Robertson. Here's a three. Rims out. Not going to go. Save, but Kroger's there on the save by Thomas. Alika Smith, a pass to Carter. Carter to the bucket. It will drop. And a whistle and a foul against Robertson. Count the bucket. And the foul against Robertson.
Anthony Carter got himself in great position to make this play. You can see Robertson coming across. He knew he was going to get fouled. Good play by Carter. Look at this. Right across. That's experience.
That's the third foul on Robertson. Carter trying to complete the three-point play, and does. He has 7 points, and it's 37-29 Hawaii with 16:15 to play.
Rainbows continue to stay in that matchup zone. Good double screen for Thomas.
Thomas for three. Boy, that's a big one. Thomas hitting 44% on the year from three-point range, has 8 points in this game.
Well, I see a lot of teams screening for good shooters coming into that zone defense situation. Set two guys over there and let Billy Thomas launch one. They did. It worked.
Carter working against Robertson. Alika Smith swings the ball. Ambrosic. Kroger. Pierce has him. Low. They try to go to Ambrosic. It's out of bounds. Why the Hawaii bench wanted a foul on Chenoweth, who lost his balance and was on the back of Ambrosic. We have a timeout on the floor. 15:41 left. Hawaii by 5.
One penny and a bunch of loaf.
This has got to be wrong.
What?
Our long distance bill.
That high, huh?
No. that low?
People who use 10-3-2-1 are doing a double take on their long-distance bill.
Must be someone else's.
You save over AT&T on every call in the U.S.
Every call is less, and all the calls over 20 minutes are 50% less.
You just dial 10-3-2-1, then 1, the area code and number.
And the rates to London are great. I could get used to this. Let's call someone.
Okay.
10-3-2-1.
Oh, your mother.
During this last time out, Mike Robinson with some ice on his left side, sitting prone away from the bench. He's a big rebounder, the second leading rebounder for Riley Wallace. And so that could be very important with 15:41 left to play.
Yeah, watch the left side of your screen right here. Let's see if we can tell what happened. That's where he got it right there. It's like Chenoweth might have gotten him. But he did turn and start back up the floor.
Kansas with the basketball. Hawaii leading 37-32. Ryan Robertson. Pierce inside. Robertson off to Thomas. Here's another three attempt. Short this time. Pierce.
Well, Pierce has been playing a great game for Kansas. Getting rebounds, scoring, making passes like that.
Off to Robertson. The shot won't go. Chenoweth tries to put it back, and that ball's tipped off the rim. That's a goaltend, so give Chenoweth the bucket on the goaltend against Galloway.
Good call. The ball was sitting right on the rim. Watch Chenoweth rolls around the rim. He starts to go back up. See it sitting there, and Galloway touched it.
Now the helicopter caught that time.
He got his blades up there.
Smith. It's a three-point game now. Ambrosic inside with a nice pass. How Kroger got to the bucket, I'll never know.
Well, he made a nice spin move. I think he froze both defenders. Earl was there, and so was Pierce.
Well, Kroger has 9 on the night. Robertson to Pierce. There's Thomas looking for the jumper instead to Robertson. It'll be Pierce left side, won't go. Smacked down front, Robertson. Thomas. This is a three attempt. Not going to go. Carter quickly away to Alika Smith. 3 defenders back. Smith looking for some help, and Kroger's there to pick it up. Swings it over to Carter. Drives the baseline. Off to Ambrosic. Counted. He is fouled, and what a feed by Carter again.
He put such pressure on the defensive guards. Carter caught the ball as soon as he got it. He turned and made a beeline to that baseline. And once he got there, the defense has to come and get him. Look at this. Pierce comes. Chenoweth comes. He knows where those guys are. Dropped it down inside. And Ambrosic with another basket. And Carter with another assist. Well, this guy makes some great passes.
Ambrosic will be at the line. Ambrosic has 12 and now 13. 42-34. Nick Bradford in the Kansas lineup. Lester Earl. A crowd of 10,300 in here tonight. A sellout. Solidly behind the home team, the Rainbows from Hawaii.
Kansas is finding it very difficult to get the ball inside. There's a good pass.
Earl over Ambrosic for a pair. Big bucket for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, that was good ball movement that time. They got the ball around the perimeter, and Earl floated just inside the point guard Carter that time and got an easy one. Good ball movement.
Earl has 4. Good word that Mike Robinson has a bruised left hip. Probable to return. Alika Smith not going to go, but a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be against Kansas. Pierce charged with his first foul. Inbounding baseline. Ambrosic, Gregory in the game. Alika Smith, it will not go. Put back by Ambrosic.
He's everywhere.
He has 15.
I'm telling you, the guy is just around the basketball.
It was Ambrosic who really helped this team when they struggled in the first outing of this tournament against BYU. He stepped up with a 20-point performance. Has 15 against Kansas tonight. Earl. Robertson saves it from going into the backcourt, saving a potential turnover.
Hawaii doing a nice job of that defense. Nice move by Pierce. He got fouled.
Kroger stuck his hand in there. They had Ambrosic, Galloway, and Kroger. Kroger charged with a foul.
Once again on the miss by Smith, Eric Ambrosic comes to the inside and puts it back up. Never put it on the floor. Very important. Good play. There you go. Ambrosic having a great night. Second chance points. Hawaii is almost doubled up on Kansas.
Robertson inbounding from the baseline. Pierce has it knocked away, but a whistle in there. And I think it's going to be against Kroger, and that will be his fourth.
You know, as much as Ambrosic is around the ball for the Hawaii Rainbows, Paul Pierce equally around the basketball for Kansas on their end of the floor. That's a big foul against Kroger.
4 fouls and a long way to go. He's been a big part of the Hawaii effort. 12:53 left in the game.
So now Riley Wallace has a decision to make. I think he's already made it.
Pierce at the line to shoot 2. Misses the first one.
Let's take a look and see where the foul occurred. There's the ball being slapped away. In fact, Carter was the one that got the ball.
Now Kroger leaves, and in his place Cartwright. That's a tough break for Hawaii.
Yeah, that really is, because I didn't see anything from Kroger. Carter may have gotten the arm, but a lot of ball too.
Pierce hits the second one. 44-37. That's 12 for Pierce. He had 10 at the half. Almost back and forth, and it is. Cartwright hung it back for Alika Smith. Costly turnover over and back.
You've got to have both feet firmly planted in the front court. See? I'm not sure he was. At least the official thought he was. I'm not sure after I looked at it.
2 tough breaks for the Rainbows here. Gregory.
I thought maybe he had the right call to start with, but it looked like he had both feet firmly planted in the front court.
Smith goes for the steal. Gregory off to McGrath. McGrath with a shot over Ambrosic. Not going to go. Bradford couldn't find a handle. Carter's there accelerating into the front court. Drops it up. Look at that, and it's rejected as Cartwright tried to put it up. Rejected by Lester Earl.
What a great block by Earl.
Now to Bradford. Into the corner. Gregory. There's a 3-point attempt by Pierce. Rims out. Loose ball. Cartwright up with this one. Ahead to Alika Smith. A 3-on-2. Smith tries to go up. And a whistle and a foul. Pierce trying to defend against Alika Smith. He's going to be charged with a foul.
But I got to tell you, every night that you come out and get ready to play Hawaii, whatever team it is, Anthony Carter puts such pressure on the defense of the teams that are playing him. He's quick up the floor. He takes care of the basketball, and you've got to react to him. When you've got a guy like this with that kind of speed and that kind of ball handling ability, boy, that is a great weapon to have.
Alika Smith converts this one to give him 12. He's an 87% shooter. Billy Thomas returns to the game, replacing Pierce for Kansas. Such acceleration out of Anthony Carter to force the issue on almost every time down the court. Alika Smith converts them both. 46-39. 46-37, a 9-point spread. Bradford. Thomas inside for 2 attempt, not going to go. Ambrosic rebounds. And here's a foul against Kansas. That's going to be against Earl. Lester Earl charged with the foul, and he has 3. 46-37. Spectacular play out of the Rainbow.
Have a lovely life, gentlemen.
An escaped criminal with the perfect cover.
From now on, we're firefighters.
A smoke jumper caught in the line of fire.
You were headed into a backfire.
It was a prison break. Kill him. Now, behind a wall of sheer flame rages a battle of pure will. Howie Long.
You're still alive!
Firestorm, rated R. January 9th, only in theaters.
When we spread the wheels out a bit, moved the windshield forward a tad, lowered the step-up height a skosh, and widened the aisle a smidgen, we created a caravan with 32 more cubic feet of room. It's remarkable what a few alterations will do. Now get up to $1,000 cash back on Dodge Caravan.
Sports Center will follow this one, but we've got a long way to go with 11:49 left. And the Bows are going great guns right now.
Here are the two wins. They have shot 85% in those games against BYU and Nebraska tonight, 91%. Riley Wallace got a club. They're averaging 74% for the year. Well, this is a team you don't want to send to the stripe.
Alika Smith out of the trap. Jumper from Carter, and it's not going to go. We get a whistle. Foul against Kansas. Charge it to Billy Thomas. And Anthony Carter is going to go to the line. First foul against Thomas. And the 7th against Kansas. So Hawaii will enjoy the bonus.
Well, I was going to say, you get so mesmerized watching Carter go up and down the floor. I think a lot of teams that play against him focus on him so much that oftentimes they forget about Smith, they forget about Ambrosic and Galloway and all the other players. But this guy just puts tremendous pressure against the defense that they're playing, the other team.
He hits 2, and it's an 11-point lead for Hawaii. 11:30 left in the game. Billy Thomas, McGrath working the point. Bradford looking for Earl, and that ball stripped by Galloway, who got a hand in there. Picked up by Smith and back to Carter.
I think Kansas is going to have a difficult time getting the ball inside against that Hawaii zone, as evidenced by that play right there when they got stripped.
Smith calling for a timeout. He pulled up the dribble. He found himself guarded closely by Gregory, calling for the 22nd timeout. Riley Wallace and his team up by 11, their biggest lead of the contest.
Let me show you what I mean by about going inside. Now see, there's a zone defense. Galloway just simply reached in, slapped it away from Lester Earl, and then on the backside was Ambrosi, so they really had nowhere to go. Here's the turnover story so far in this game. Kansas already with 16 victories.
The turnovers forced defensively by Hawaii, a big part of their offense as they translate that well. Casey Cartwright playing. Micah Kroger out of the game with 4 fouls since the 12:53 mark. Kansas making a switch. Jelani Janice making his first appearance of the night, the 6'3" junior. Carter tries to drop it off, and Galloway could not find it. A hard pass inside.
I want to tell you one thing. If you're going to play with Anthony Carter, you better have your hands up and your eyes open.
Janice out front. Thomas. McGrath works his way in. Bounce pass to Bradford. Earl. And Earl in heavy traffic with a pair.
Well, McGrath got inside the defense that time, and they had to come and get him. And when they did, he just simply made a good drop-down pass inside to Earl.
6 points for Earl. Smith down to Cartwright and out to Carter. 10-10 to play. The biggest Hawaii lead was 11. Now stands at 9. There's a turnover. The ball loose from Galloway, picked up by Earl. McGrath ahead to Thomas. Big 3. And Kansas with 5 quick points. That's 11 for Thomas in the game.
Kansas deep starting to pick up a little bit too. Back-to-back turnovers by Hawaii, and they really have been forced turnovers. Jayhawks starting to pick up that pressure a little bit.
Denise, a good defender, working against Carter. Here's Cartwright. It's not going to go, and a foul coming here on Billy Thomas. That will be his second. Stops the clock with 9 minutes and 29 seconds left. Mike Robinson getting set to return for Hawaii.
Well, he's going to get 3 shots out of this, too.
Cartwright. An 89% shooter from the line. Coming in. How about that? Well, they've been red hot.
Did you hear that crowd?
On that one.
They registered their disappointment. They're so used to seeing the free throws drop. When they miss one, it's a rarity.
Hawaii has been around the 90% mark, 86%. Cartwright back to hit this one.
I was just watching that conversation on the screen there between Riley and Anthony Carter. That's really a good relationship those two guys have. When you got a guy like Anthony Carter who can go out and run your club, all you got to do is just talk to him, tell him what you want done, and he'll go out and do it.
Cartwright misses 2 of 3, 49-42.
Kansas starting to come on a little now.
McGrath continues to run the point, swings it to Bradford. C.B. McGrath toward the corner for Thomas. Cartwright covers. Inside Bradford. Thomas. Here's Bradford, takes it inside over Ambrozic.
See, they've been patient a couple of times, and they've been able to work into the middle of that zone defense against Hawaii. Instead of trying to pass the ball, they're making good moves right into the paint area, the high paint area.
The Rainbow lead is 5. Alika Smith. McGrath follows him. Cartwright swings it to Carter. There's about a 17-footer, and Carter hits it for a pair. So he answers with a big bucket in double figures with 11.
And Janice was with him every step of the way.
7-point lead, 51-44. Cartwright went for the steal. Now they strip it. Cartwright. Alika Smith lays it in.
And it was Carter that got his hand on the ball.
53-44. Earl, heavy traffic, and we have a whistle out of there. Earl started to put it up. Foul by Alika Smith.
Watch Denise down here. Now here's Carter going down inside, backs up. See, he gets him on his heels, and then when he starts back, he's got an easy jumper. He has struggled with his jump shot a little tonight, but that one went down.
8 minutes, 8 seconds left to play. Hawaii up 53-44. Lester Earl will get a trip to the free throw line for Kansas. Coming in 5 of 11 from the line. 6 points tonight with those 10 big rebounds. He had 9 rebounds at the half.
There's one problem he has with his game. It is his free throw shooting. Everything else is very strong.
Lester Earl transferring in from LSU hits the second shot, giving him 7. Now he departs. Paul Pierce back in for Roy Williams, Kansas Jayhawks. Against pressure, the inbound to Smith. Janice back there on Alika Smith. And a whistle. A hold. 1 and 1. Alika Smith will be going to the line.
That's the 9th team foul against Kansas. The next one will be 2 shots.
With 8 minutes and 2 seconds left. Hawaii sitting at 6 team fouls right now.
Roy Williams has extended his defense the last couple of trips down the floor for Hawaii, trying to get some turnovers against this backcourt.
16 for Alika Smith. He had 18 in the victory over Nebraska. This one will drop. 55-45. Hawaii by 10. 8 minutes to play. McGrath to Bradford.
Hawaii still in that zone defense. Carter on the point.
McGrath back up the sideline. Pierce. McGrath will try a 3. Not going to go. Pierce. Ambrozic against Pierce, and now he scores against Robinson on second effort.
What a great effort that was by Paul Pierce. Missed the first one, went back and got it again. In fact, I thought he got fouled when he went up the first time.
I think you're right. 14 for Pierce. Cartwright swings it to Carter. Off to Robinson. Robinson spins on Pierce. Now Carter. Alika Smith with a three. Will not go. The ball alive, and Carter comes up with it. Cartwright. Screen and a bounce pass inside. Robinson drops it off Ambrosic, and he is pushed. McGrath, I think, will be charged with this foul. He pushed Ambrosic.
Once again, now down inside. Hawaii trying to get the ball down in the paint area. There's a nice bounce pass right there. You can see McGrath. He couldn't do anything but just simply use his backside to try to root Ambrosic out of there.
Ambrosic will be at the line. Kansas trying to get some wholesale changes in there. They'll have to wait for the middle of the two shots.
Good night. Good night for Ambrosic.
Yep. Good night. A good shooter from the line for the year. Makes this one. Chenoweth, Robertson, Earl, and Gregory return to the game. Ambrosic 16 on the night, and he is 6 of 6 from the line to go with 7 rebounds. Not going to go this time. Earl clears it. 56-47 Hawaii. 6:49 to play. Robertson. Kenny Gregory. 6'5" freshman.
Nice fake.
Pierce puts the jumper. It's not going to go, but a foul against Alika Smith. Smith got a hand up. That will be his second foul. The 7th team foul against Hawaii.
Paul Pierce can't get the basketball inside against his own defense. He comes out to the wing or the point. Look at this nice fake here. So he gets Carter up in the air, and then Alika Smith comes over and gets him right on the elbow. I love the way Paul Pierce plays.
Yeah, he's tough.
Great coverage, great floor awareness, and great floor coverage.
He has 15 tonight. 34 against Vanderbilt to go with 7 rebounds and 6 block shots in that victory over Vanderbilt. He makes them both. So he steps up and hits 2 crucial free throws. 56-49. Hawaii leading Kansas with a timeout on the floor.
You've got to get in touch with your inner self.
Chew your food 100 times. Helps your digest. The moons and Pisces do not leave the house.
What if you want serious advice about your lifestyle? HMSA's preferred provider plan gives you Health Pass. Free comprehensive health risk assessments every year, tracking your cholesterol, body fat, and blood pressure. Because when it comes to your health, you need advice you can trust.
I know. You're the rugged type, and you got a lot of gear. You want to go places, see new things. And most of all, you don't want to spend a lot of money. Well, now during the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event, the new Chevy S10 pickup is on sale. Get 2.9 APR financing or a great smart lease offer on the rugged Chevy S10 pickup. S10's got bold new looks and a redesigned interior. Check out great offers on other 98 Chevy cars and trucks.
Make your money count on an S10 pickup at your Hawaii Chevy dealer today.
Hey, Rich.
Stuart, you shouldn't have. I didn't get you anything.
All right, don't worry about it.
How'd you know?
I just, come on, put it on, put it on.
All right, all right. You knew my size and everything.
Hey, it looks good.
Thank you.
It looks
feels good. Thanks.
Happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays, man. Cool.
Hawaii leading 56-49 with 6:36 to play. New Year's Day on ABC Sports, live at 4:30 Eastern. It's the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, featuring #1 Michigan against #7 Washington State. Charles Woodson has grabbed the Heisman Trophy. Now Michigan trying to grab the national championship for the first time since 1948.
Hawaii's got a 7-point lead. Let's take a look at some of the numbers and understand why. Already free throws 16 out of 20 for the Rainbows. Jayhawks only 6 of 10. Look at the points off of turnovers, almost doubled what Kansas has got.
Anthony Carter handling the basketball. Carter and Smith still in there in the backcourt.
Good trap by Kansas. Hawaii withstood it.
Cartwright comes out to take the pass. Ambrosic and Robinson, the 5 on the floor at the moment for the Rainbows. Earl very close with Ambrosic out there. Down to 6 on the shot clock. 3, and Carter lets it fly. Oh, he hits a 3.
I think maybe that rainbow over this place tonight might have meant something. That was a rainbow in its own right.
A 10-point Hawaii lead. Chenoweth takes the pass. Ambrosic defends against it and draws the foul.
This one will go completely out of your screen. Just hit the top of it. Wow. That is a long-range J.
Now the foul sends Chenoweth to the line. The second foul against Ambrosic. Chenoweth hits this one.
You know, just when you're
around 70% for the year.
When I was getting ready to say, just when you're getting ready to make a run like Kansas was doing, then he steps up and makes a 3 like that, and you just sit down and just all the air goes right out of your balloon.
Chenoweth with the pair at the line. Now Michael Kroger comes back into the game, replacing Cartwright. Kroger had been out with 4 fouls since the 12:53 mark, particularly when Carter hit the 3 and beat the shot clock. They were down to 4 seconds.
Still a lot of time left. Kansas doing a little different half-court trap now.
Kroger off to Robinson out of the corner, and this one will not go. Not necessarily a good shot there. Ambrosic with a rebound, and he's fouled. Ambrosic will go back to the line. Hawaii has been very good from the free throw line tonight. Hitting 80%. Going out and back in. 17 for Ambrosic.
What's interesting about this Hawaii club, Riley Wallace at the beginning of the season, nobody picked them to do anything in the WAC in that Pacific Division, but all of a sudden they've become the favorites getting ready to go into conference play.
10-point lead. Ambrosic converts them both. Chenoweth steps to the line, and it's not going to go. Robinson kept it alive long enough to grab it. 61-51, 5:15 to play. Alika Smith. Pierce out there with him. Now Kroger. Ambrosic tries to lead Robinson out of bounds. Here comes Billy Thomas back and Nick Bradford for Kansas.
Hawaii was trying to show some patience on offense that time, and he tried a nice lob pass inside and threw it away. The question now becomes, what does Kansas do in this final 5 minutes of play? They've got their leading player, Rafe LaFrance, who's going to be out. Who's going to step up in this final 5 minutes to get Kansas back in this game?
Ryan Robertson to Pierce. Bradford over there. They have Earl and Thomas to complete the 5 Jayhawks playing for Roy Williams. Deflected by Carter, but saved by Earl. Thomas down to Pierce in the corner. Bradford low. A 3 for Robertson. It will not go. And Ambrosic battling for the rebound. And Bradford was on his back. So Bradford did not get the position. And Ambrosic did.
Once again, there's Ambrosic all the way around that basketball, whether it's out front or inside trying to get rebounds. Look at this. He's right there. Bradford's right on his back.
Ambrosic will go to the line. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Hawaii leads by 10. Ambrosic with a chance to stretch it out. 2 shots.
Just from a guy shooting nearly 80%.
18 points. He had 20 against BYU. His career high 22 against Nevada, Las Vegas.
2 big misses right there.
Yes, it is.
Could open the door for Kansas.
Robertson down to the corner. Bradford. Robertson swings it to Pierce in the corner. They got a shot out of Thomas. Will not go. Kroger with the rebound, but he pushed off. And that's going to be it for Micah Kroger.
That time,
foul out.
That time Earl had the inside position. Kroger tried to go get it. You know, sometimes I think that happens. You unintentionally push the guy off that's in front of you trying to go get the ball, particularly when it bounds long. Micah Kroger out with a good night. 9 points, 3 rebounds.
So Kroger, third leading scorer on this team, and he has played very well for them. Fouls out. Casey Cartwright will replace him. And now it's Lester Earl who will go to the line. Earl hits this one. He has struggled at times at the line, but converts his first one. He has 8 points tonight. Lester Earl played half a season at LSU, transferred into Kansas, and hits both of them. So he steps up and makes 2 big ones.
That's 2 real big ones.
Pass down court to Alika Smith, and Robertson fouled him.
And guess who threw the pass? Anthony Carter once again.
That's 4 on Robertson.
You talk about vision. Look at this. Two-handed over the head to Alika Smith breaking to the basket. Anthony Carter just finds a way to get the basketball to teammates. Oh, what a great guy to play with if you're one of his buddies wearing the same uniform.
One more, guys.
Smith misses this one. Boy, that's 3 big misses for Hawaii.
We've complimented Hawaii all night long, in fact, throughout this tournament, about their free throw shooting. Coming up a little short right now.
Alika Smith hits this one. 62-53. Smith with 18. Under 4 minutes to play. Robertson. Swinging through. Bradford out of the corner. Thomas still not hitting. Earl out there to grab it. Thomas with another look, and Carter got there. And try the other side. Pierce. Robertson, and there's a steal by Anthony Carter. Carter on his way to the bucket and up and in. Robertson had to run off the play. He has 4.
If he's not making the pass, he's getting the steal. He's deflecting passes.
16 for Carter. 64-53. Billy Thomas out. Robertson across the court. Pierce. Cartwright catches up with him. Into Bradford inside. Spinning on Ambrosic. Puts it up. It's going to go. And a whistle and a foul being called against Ambrosic.
Good strong move by Nick Bradford inside. Pierce got him the ball and he turned into the paint. Didn't have anything. A little bit of a fake. Drew the foul, and now a chance for a 3-point play.
That's 3 on Ambrosic. 64-55. Hawaii with 3:08 remaining. Bradford goes to the line. He's hitting 53% on the year. And misses this one.
We got a violation?
Yeah. Yes, we do. Here's another shot.
Boy, now that's a tough break for Hawaii right there. They had the rebound on the miss.
Now McGrath into the game, replacing Earl.
I'm not sure who stepped into the lane. Was that Michael Robinson down underneath?
Bradford with another shot. And he hits this one. We have a timeout on the floor. 3:08 to play. Hawaii and Anthony Carter leading Kansas 64-56.
So instead of winning the series, they now go to a pivotal Game 7. Rich?
If you're really into sports, you'll really be into new ESPN, the magazine, issue after issue. You'll be involved like no sports magazine ever involved you before.
Do we have a problem here?
ESPN, the magazine, is big. Bigger in size, bigger with news, pictures, player profiles, inside information, and amazing access to places you've never been before. So call now for ESPN, the magazine. Get 26 issues, a year's worth, for just $1 an issue, saving you over 66% off the newsstand price. And you'll get this great freebie.
T-shirts.
The ESPN The Magazine T-shirt. 100% cotton with the world-famous ESPN The Magazine Bullseye logo. ESPN The Magazine. At last, you have something to do when you're not watching ESPN.
Call 1-800-634-6363.
It's your own little world. You're way up high, so you can see everything. It has lots of places to hide your treasures. It's roomy. It's cozy, with space for all your favorite things and your favorite people. It makes you feel like you're part of a club. Dodge Caravan. It's like a treehouse for grown-ups. Now get up to $1,000 cash back on Dodge Caravan.
Hawaii leading Kansas 64-56, not only wanting some recognition nationally, trying to get into the rankings, but last year they did not get the NCAA bid, thought they should have, and this is a big opportunity for this Hawaii team.
Well, we talked at the top of the show about how important it is for Riley Wallace to really show the rest of the country how good a club he really has. He's got it on display tonight against a Kansas club. While they may be missing their right arm right now, but this is a club that's still very, very good and could prove, I think, to the rest of the nation just how good this Rainbow team is.
Cartwright inbounding to Alika Smith. Ambrosic to Smith against the defense into the front court. Carter takes it to the bucket, lays it up and in, but a whistle. No basket to call. We're going to get an offensive call against Anthony Carter. That's going to be his fourth.
Player control foul. Alika Smith with the basketball, gives it up. Now look, nice job right there. Good handling, good position by Nick Bradford.
McGrath out and Earl in for Kansas. Robertson handling the ball out front. It's Thomas, who's in double figures in the scoring department. Bradford spinning to the baseline. Pierce to the bucket, gets the roll, but out. Cartwright rebounds. Anthony Carter closing it on 2:30.
Watch the trap. Here it comes.
Carter calls for the timeout. So Anthony Carter trapped out there, calls for the 22nd timeout. Hawaii coming in 9-1, and they have had the advantage of playing right at home.
Yeah, they haven't left the Pacific Ocean yet. They haven't gone to the mainland. They've only got 7 games away from Hawaii, and those are all WAC games, obviously on the mainland. And 7 teams within the WAC have to come out here to play. But Riley Wallace has gotten off to that 9-1 start, and all of those games have been played out here. And why not? A lot of clubs like to come to Hawaii to play. I'll tell you, they've beaten some pretty good clubs, though. They beat a good Indiana team. Bob Knight was very complimentary of the way they played.
There's Carter out front. The Cartwright, the ball slapped away. Cartwright. Well, they're going to keep the ball. There was a deflection. Cartwright was chasing it, but a deflection off the Kansas defender. Alika Smith inbounding, looking to Ambrosic. Smith back out front, trailed by McGrath. Good ball movement. Into the corner. Carter tries to get rid of it. Cartwright! Oh, look at that! And they beat the shot clock.
It was a desperation shot that time by Carter. He came up way short, and Cartwright was there.
McGrath down to Bradford. Under 2 to play. This one will not go down for Thomas. Bradford lost it off his foot, and it's going to go to Hawaii. 66-56 Hawaii with 1:49 left in this game. And a hold on the inbound. Thomas, 2 big nights. He has 11 tonight. 3 for 12 from three-point range. And he's been red hot from three-point territory.
I was going to say, it's the first time we've seen him in 3 games have the kind of night he's had from beyond the three-point line. He has been deadly. Tonight, not so.
Alika Smith hits a big one. He has 19. Earl back in, replacing McGrath, and look at the difference at the line. 20 of 27 for Hawaii. Kansas 11 of 15.
And that's actually down for Hawaii.
Smith converts them both. 2 big ones. 68-56. Robertson out front. Thomas. Pierce will try a 3. No good. Earl tries to put it back. Deflects all the way out front to Robertson. Thomas, he'll try 3. Got it. A big 3 right there. 68-59, and they stop the clock with 1:28 left in this game. Hawaii on the verge of perhaps the biggest win in the program's history. Hang on, 1:28 left.
From behind the wheel, you might think of Dodge Caravan as a car. Probably because in some ways it is. Its cab-forward, wheels-to-the-corners design makes it stable and sure-footed, a lot like a car. Its advanced suspension makes it nimble and agile, a lot like a car. With all the utility of a spacious 4-door van, all of which suggests we got the name right, Caravan. Now get up to $1,000 cash back on Dodge Caravan.
Let's see. Oh, it says you've been seen in the movies.
That should read at the movies.
And you've built models, but never really actually modeled. Well, quite frankly, you the man!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Is she my co-star?
Now she is.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change.
Hawaii holding a 68-59 lead with 1:28 left. It's been a tough shooting night for Kansas. Jayhawks just 34% from the field.
Yeah, they had 2 other games this year. Against Maryland, they shot 40% and lost, and 38% against Florida State, and really struggled to win that game. Season lows tonight, field goal percentage at 34%, and their points at 59.
This is a team averaging 87 points a game. Alika Smith against the extended defense. Cartwright, and the ball knocked away, but Cartwright comes up with it. Across the timeline, Robinson to Carter. Carter out front, and he is fouled by Billy Thomas.
Dwayne, here's where making free throws becomes so important. I know you and I have had conversations about this. Where has the art gone in shooting free throws? This Hawaii team is an excellent free throw shooting club, and they have shown it all throughout this tournament.
Shooting 75% as a team, and Carter 75% individually. It's a big one. 17 for Carter. He's played a great game.
He's had a great tournament.
A 10-point spread after that miss. This is a no ball tied up, and Hawaii has possession. 1:11 left to play. Crowd of 10,300 jam-packed here. And a 20-second timeout taken. A reminder, Sports Center is coming up next. Be sure and stay with us for that. Rich Ice Insurance, Scott hanging around. Marv Levy is leaving. Story on his retirement. The Timberwolves have a big win. Beat the Bulls for the first time ever. Highlights from the Kings and the Lakers on SportsCenter. 1 minute and 11 seconds left.
They still
Hawaii leads by 10.
I got to tell you, they still have some active volcanoes out here in Hawaii. But if they win tonight, the big eruption's going to be inside this place.
Absolutely correct, Mundo. Alika Smith out to Carter. McGrath chasing him. Now Alika Smith. They're playing keep away right now. Carter out front. Smith. Cartwright, and he is fouled by McGrath. Hey, put it up. But it's not going to count. Just under a minute to play. Cartwright will be going to the line.
There's Ray LaFrance. Boy, he has been a cheerleader tonight on that bench over there, trying to encourage his club to play.
Cartwright, who came into the game hitting 89% from the line, misses this one. McGrath leaves. Kenny Gregory back. Ray LaFrance. All he can do is look on and cheer. Cartwright hits it. He has 4. 70-59, under a minute to play. Robertson. A 3 attempt by Thomas will not go. Carter out of there with a basketball. And he'll use the clock. Through the trap. Out to Alika Smith. Smith spinning away in a pass to Carter. 35 seconds left. And Smith is fouled on the grab by Bradford. Stops the clock with 33 seconds left.
And Dwayne, this crowd is feeling it now. They know.
Fans came in there asking, can Hawaii really beat Kansas? 33.6 seconds away from a victory for Hawaii over Kansas. And Alika Smith at the line. He has 21.
When you look back on this game, we've talked so much about this backcourt combo that Hawaii has. Alika Smith and Anthony Carter. They're going to have a terrific year. These guys are solid.
For Alika Smith. And the steal as Cartwright anticipates the pass and gets the dunk. 74-59. 6 for Cartwright. Hawaii on the verge of winning the Rainbow Classic. Pierce hits a 3. But too little, too late. Timeout with just under 16 seconds left. That's 19 for Pierce. But the joy is on that bench right there.
I talked about this last night, but this Hawaii basketball team, one of the reasons they're having so much success is because of all the seniors they've got. They start 5 seniors, and most of the guys they've caught coming in are juniors. That is a big plus when you've got that much experience.
Long pass off the inbound, and there's Carter to gather it in on the reverse. It's good. The fans are going wild. 76-62. Pierce steps up for 3 and hits that. They're running out of time.
Too little, too late, and the Rainbows are going to win it.
The Rainbows have beaten Kansas. 76-65 the final. A gigantic win for the Rainbows and Riley Watts.
Great night for Hawaii. The basketball team played as well as you can play. Yeah, Kansas is missing one guy, but don't count this club out. They're tough and they're resilient. So is Hawaii.
Hawaii wanted national recognition. They get it tonight. The final score from Honolulu, 76-65 Hawaii over Kansas. SportsCenter is next. For Larry Connolly and our ESPN crew, I'm Dwayne Stats. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Right about now on SportsCenter, the man who made the expression, "you over-officious jerk," famous, might not be yelling at any more referees. MJ gives us a record-setting double performance. The Lake Show invites a few kings to be crowned at Inglewood. A Pac-10 alert. The Wildcats are still the champs. The Bruins are and have the real McCoy. And this just in, Stanford is good. I mean, like, seriously good. Hey, let's go bowling. Davy Crockett would be proud as Purdue and OSU battle at the Alamo. Peyton Manning didn't win the Heisman, but payday right around the corner. Roses are red, Michigan is blue. What's up with the Wolverines and Wazoo? Jason strikes again. Unfortunately, it will be on the operating table. We're going to hit you with all the angles and a variety of shots because it's a shattering experience on SportsCenter. Next. Hi again, SportsCenter, keeping it real. Alongside Rich Eisen, I am Stuart Scott.
Coming up, it snowed like crazy in upstate New York, but it rained threes in Vancouver, and the forecast called for change in the Thunderdome. But first, Marv may be shuffling off in Buffalo still.
Yeah, after about 12 years on the sidelines there. You might snicker at Marv Levy because he's the only coach to lose 4 straight Super Bowls, but in the glass half full philosophy, he's also the only coach since the merger to win 4 straight AFC championships. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect a guy who missed 3 games in 1995 fighting and beating prostate cancer and then came back to win his division. You gotta respect his decision to step down. Sources tell ESPN Levy will retire Wednesday at a 3 p.m. news conference. Marv Levy is 72 years old. George Papa Bear Hallis was 72 when he coached his last game. That's pretty good company. Levy has the longest active tenure among coaches, 12 years. On Tuesday, Marv asked his coaching staff to gather early Wednesday so he could speak to the group. Levy's record at Buffalo, 123-78. His overall record in his 17-year coaching career, 154-120. Since Marv Levy's first full season with Buffalo in 1987, his Bills ranked second only to the 49ers in regular season winning percentage. Remember, these are Boomer Berman's Bills and 49ers. During this time, the two have collectively reached 7 Super Bowls with completely opposite results and never once meeting in the big game.
Just when you thought you could stick a fork in the Timberwolves, lo and behold, they win 6 of 8, a stretch they could seriously cap Tuesday with a win over the Bulls, who, lo and behold, suddenly sport the best record in the Eastern Conference. The T-Wolves had 2 streaks in mind to snap, their all-time 16-game losing streak to Chicago and Michael Jordan's record-tying string of 787 games in double figures. Jordan could break the all-time tie with Kareem with just 10 measly points in this game in early second. He got it. 788 straight game in double figures, but Michael's special night took a bizarre twist. He did not start the second half. More on that in a moment. Without Jordan, the Bulls lost their 9-point halftime lead. Stephon Marbury, the bucket and the foul. Wolves down 5. Now it's tied at 72 in the fourth. Stanley Roberts. Baseline rip on Luke Longley. Wolves up 2, and then Terry Porter finds Marbury for 2 of his 17 second-half points. Kevin McHale clapping. Marbury finished with 23. Bulls down 4 with 10 ticks left. Jordan gets Googs to bite on the fake. He'll take 3 free throws, makes the first 2, misses the third. Gugliotta gets the rebound. He's fouled by Rodman. Gugliotta wraps up the game with 2 free throws. Marbury enjoying it. McHale looking for a handout, so he gets it from Garnett. Thank you so much. Your final is 99-95. A huge week for the Timberwolves. 1 week after snapping an all-time worst 26-game losing streak to Seattle, they beat Chicago for the first time ever. And they're over 500 for the first time in over a month. But they couldn't stop Jordan from breaking Kareem's record of most consecutive double-digit games by scoring 33 points. This despite missing the first 3 minutes and 14 seconds of the second half. So why did Jordan not start the second half? Because he was too busy being part of a very cruel hoax. Jordan received a halftime note from the Target Center command office that his brother Larry called to say their mother, Dolores, had been rushed to the hospital. That, according to the Associated Press. Took a while for Jordan to determine the call was unsubstantiated. Can you imagine this? It was tough focusing, said Jordan. It was 4 for 14 in the second half. The game really didn't have the same meaning, he said, because you really didn't know. Fortunately, it was just a hoax, end quote. Stuart.
If you buy into society's image, the public perception, then the Lakers' Nick Van Exel is a belligerent bad boy, while Kobe Bryant